Welcome back, treasure hunters. Today's video dives into one of the most shocking secrets in American coin history. The top 8 Roosevelt dime that looks ordinary but could be worth a life-changing fortune. Yes, that tiny dime in your pocket, your old savings jar, or your grandfather's coin box might be hiding unimaginable wealth. These rare error dimes have stunned collectors, ignited bidding wars, and turned everyday people into overnight millionaires. So buckle up, because in the next few minutes, you're about to discover why this simple 10-cent coin has become one of the most hunted pieces in the world, and how you might already be holding the next million-dollar treasure. Let's get started. First up in the 1966 Roosevelt dime holds a unique place in the annals of American numismatics, a coin that is as rich in history as it is in potential monetary value. Bearing the portrait of Franklin D. Roosevelt, the 32nd President of the United States, this dime captures the essence of a leader who guided the nation through some of its darkest and most defining moments, including the Great Depression and World War II. The obverse of the coin immortalizes Roosevelt in a dignified left-facing profile, a composition carefully designed to evoke respect, reverence, and the enduring ideals of leadership and service. Above his portrait rests the timeless national motto, "In God We Trust," a phrase that has adorned U.S. currency for generations and reflects the spiritual and cultural fabric of the nation. The intricate design of the reverse of the 1966 dime is nothing short of a masterpiece. Centered on a majestic eagle with wings spread wide, standing resolutely upon a bundle of arrows, the design speaks to strength, vigilance, and national pride. Beneath the eagle, a graceful wreath of olive branches adds a layer of symbolic peace and prosperity. The surrounding lettering of United States of America and one dime reinforces the coin's identity as a cornerstone of American currency, while the venerable motto, E pluribus unum, proudly declares the unity of the nation. Every line, every curve, and every detail is meticulously struck, reflecting a level of artistry that collectors and historians alike find endlessly fascinating. But what makes this particular 1966 Roosevelt dime extraordinarily valuable is not just its artistry. It is its rarity and the circumstances under which it was minted. While millions of dimes were produced each year, certain variations, mint marks, and error coins from this era are exceedingly rare and highly coveted. Coins minted at the Denver Mint, indicated by a D, in pristine condition, for example, are especially desirable. Over time, many dimes have been lost, spent, or worn beyond recognition, making those that remain in near-mint condition a treasure trove for collectors and investors alike. Some of these coins, particularly ones with unique minting errors or exceptional strike quality, have reached astonishing values in private sales and auctions. The symbolism embedded within the coin's design further elevates its allure. The olive branch, torch, and oak branch found above the eagle are not mere decorative elements. They are powerful icons representing peace, liberty, and victory. The arrows that the eagle stands upon are a reminder of the nation's readiness to defend its principles, a duality of peace and strength that resonates deeply with the story of America in the mid-20th century. Every collector who studies this dime cannot help but feel a connection to the ideals it embodies, as well as to the era of Roosevelt himself, a period of tremendous social, economic, and political transformation. Collectors and investors alike have long been fascinated by the potential for certain coins to change fortunes, and the 1966 Roosevelt dime is no exception. While the face value of the coin is a mere 10 cents, its real worth lies in its rarity, condition, and historical significance. In today's market, coins in exceptional condition, particularly those graded by professional numismatic services, can command prices far beyond their nominal value. For some collectors, owning such a coin is akin to holding a piece of American heritage, a tangible connection to the legacy of one of the nation's most revered presidents. What adds a layer of mystique to this coin is the idea of the bicentennial connection. Though officially the United States bicentennial occurred in 1976, coins from the 1960s are often included in discussions of bicentennial rarity due to their role in the build-up to the nation's 200th anniversary. Collectors seek these coins not only for their aesthetic appeal, but also for their potential as investment pieces that might appreciate over time. Rare Roosevelt dimes from this period can sometimes sell for thousands, tens of thousands, or even higher depending on provenance, minting anomalies, and the sheer quality of preservation. The investment potential of these coins cannot be overstated. In an era where tangible assets have increasingly captured the interest of wealthy collectors, rare American coins serve as both cultural artifacts and financial instruments. A single, high-grade 1966 Roosevelt dime can become the centerpiece of a collection worth millions, especially if it features a unique error or comes from a low-mintage batch. For serious investors, these coins represent not just wealth accumulation, but also a hedge against inflation and a means of diversifying assets in a collectible form. Equally fascinating is the thrill of discovery associated with these coins. Whether found tucked away in an old coin collection, a forgotten piggy bank, or purchased from a reputable dealer, the moment a collector identifies a 1966 Roosevelt dime in pristine or near-pristine condition is electrifying. Each coin tells a story, not only of its own journey through decades of circulation, but also of the hands, homes, and historical moments it has touched. The excitement is compounded by the possibility that the coin might be worth a staggering sum, turning what was once a humble 10-cent piece into a potentially life-changing find. The 1966 Roosevelt dime exemplifies the intersection of history, artistry, and value. It is a coin that commands attention, not just because of the president it honors, but because of the stories it carries and the financial opportunities it presents. Owning such a coin is a privilege, a chance to safeguard a fragment of American history and potentially to secure an asset of extraordinary worth. For those fortunate enough to possess one, the coin is not just currency. It is a symbol of legacy, a piece of art, and a reminder that even the smallest objects can hold unimaginable value in the right hands. The 1966 Roosevelt dime is heightened by the subtle nuances that distinguish each coin. Minor variations in strike quality, metal composition, or mint mark placement can transform an ordinary dime into a numismatic masterpiece. Collectors obsess over these fine details, examining the coin under magnification to detect the faintest doubling of letters, tiny die cracks, or unusual toning. These small imperfections, or rare features, can elevate the coin's value exponentially, turning a modest find into a coveted centerpiece of a world-class collection. In many cases, it is these unique characteristics that capture the imagination of collectors, who prize the story behind the coin as much as its monetary worth. The 1966 Roosevelt dime adds another layer of fascination. Emerging from a decade defined by post-war recovery, economic growth, and the civil rights movement, the coin serves as a tangible link to an era of transformation in the United States. Each dime carries whispers of mid-century America, reflecting the hopes, challenges, and resilience of the people who lived during that time. For numismatists, holding such a coin is like holding a fragment of history itself, a small yet powerful connection to the social and political fabric of the 1960s and to the enduring legacy of President Roosevelt's vision. The 1966 Roosevelt dime is not just a collectible, it is a symbol of opportunity. Coins in exceptional condition, particularly those certified by professional grading services, are highly sought after by both seasoned collectors and speculative investors. The market for rare dimes has grown steadily, fueled by the combination of scarcity, historical significance, and aesthetic appeal. Owning a coin of this caliber is akin to holding a tangible investment that could appreciate over decades, potentially transforming a simple 10-cent piece into a multi-thousand-dollar treasure. The thrill lies not just in the value itself, but in the knowledge that the coin could one day become a headline auction item or a cornerstone of a prestigious collection. The 1966 Roosevelt dime embodies a timeless allure that goes beyond money. It is a celebration of artistry, history, and the human fascination with rarity and legacy. For those who appreciate the intricate dance between design, symbolism, and cultural significance, this dime offers an unmatched experience. Each glance at the carefully crafted portrait, each reflection on the eagle, the arrows, and the olive branches serves as a reminder that even the smallest objects can carry immense meaning. In the hands of the right collector, the 1966 Roosevelt dime is not merely a coin. It is a story, an investment, and a lasting tribute to the enduring spirit of America. Next up to in the 1970 Roosevelt dime has long fascinated collectors, not just for its iconic portrait of President Franklin D. Roosevelt, but for the mysterious allure that surrounds certain rare strikes believed by hobbyists to be among the most valuable bicentennial-era treasures ever discovered. With Roosevelt facing left, his profile calm yet commanding, The obverse seems to capture the enduring strength of a leader who guided the United States through the depths of the Great Depression and the storms of World War II. Beneath his portrait rests the sacred motto, "In God We Trust," framed boldly by the proud lettering Liberty, creating an unmistakable expression of American identity, one that feels even more significant when tied to the rare 1970 issues that collectors dream about finding. On the reverse, the design bursts to life with symbolic imagery that has captured the imagination of coin enthusiasts for generations. The wings of the eagle appear spread with determination, perched upon a shaft of arrows representing national defense, while a wreath formed from 2 olive sprays encircles the powerful imagery with an air of peace and dignity. These elements, paired with United States of America and the coin's face value, remind collectors that even the smallest coin can carry immense national heritage. For rare 1970 dimes rumored to hold extraordinary value, this symbolism only intensifies their mystique. Just above the eagle's central details, the motto, E pluribus unum, proudly declares unity drawn from diversity. The arrangement of letters, dots, and spacing, E plurib us, unum, gives the coin an almost ceremonial presence, as if the metal itself were whispering the story of the nation it represents. Collectors who pursue these rare bicentennial-era dimes often describe a feeling of electricity when examining the motto, knowing that hidden within these tiny inscriptions might be the key to identifying an ultra-rare variety worth more than gold. Alongside the majestic eagle design rests the trio of powerful symbols that define the Roosevelt dime: the olive branch, the torch, and the oak branch. Together they stand for peace, liberty, and victory, a trinity of ideals deeply woven into America's fabric. While these symbols appear on all Roosevelt dimes, rare 1970 strikes, especially those tied to bicentennial collections, minting anomalies, or mysterious production quirks, bring heightened attention to the meaning behind each figure. These coins aren't only metal, they are fragments of national memory. Many collectors speak of the 1970 Roosevelt dime as the sleeper treasure among United States coins, a coin so common in appearance, yet capable of hiding astonishing rarity under its modest exterior. In the world of rare coin hunting, it is often the everyday denominations that surprise experts the most, and the 1970 dime has built a reputation for turning ordinary coin jars into gateways of unexpected fortune. Stories circulate among enthusiasts about forgotten rolls, dusty boxes, or inherited collections containing one of these extraordinary pieces believed to be worth staggering sums. The reason these rare United States bicentennial-related dimes capture such attention is simple. They represent the thrilling possibility that a small, unassuming piece of pocket change could be worth a life-changing amount of money. In a world where certain old coins have sold for hundreds of thousands or even millions, collectors know that the right 1970 dime with the right characteristics could transform someone's financial destiny overnight. This is why so many people insist: don't ever spend your old dimes without checking them carefully. For new collectors stepping into the hobby, the 1970 Roosevelt dime serves as the perfect example of how unpredictable the coin market can be. A coin minted in large numbers can still harbor extreme rarity if an unusual die variation, an experimental strike, or an unintentional mint error occurred during its production. When combined with the energy surrounding bicentennial-era collecting, this potential makes the 1970 dime one of the most talked-about modern U.S. coins. The emotional connection many collectors feel toward the 1970 dime also plays a role in elevating its legend. Its connection to Roosevelt, who reshaped the American economy and spirit, its elegant balance of liberty, peace, and victory symbols, and its resemblance to other high-value dime rarities all contribute to an atmosphere of excitement and possibility. Holding one feels like holding a sliver of American resilience and ambition. The 1970 Roosevelt dime represents the heart of what makes coin collecting so thrilling. The idea that greatness often hides in the smallest details. That a coin nearly everyone has touched could secretly be among the rarest pieces of modern American numismatics adds a sense of wonder to every search. Whether tucked inside a drawer or sitting unnoticed in a collection passed down through generations, the right 1970 dime could be the kind of discovery people talk about for decades. As collectors continue to hunt for lost treasures in their change jars and old family collections, the legend of the rare 1970 Roosevelt dime only grows stronger. There is something magical about the idea that the smallest denomination can hold the biggest surprises, and stories of lucky discoveries keep the excitement alive. Every time someone uncovers a coin with unusual surfaces, strange minting quirks, or unexpected brilliance, the possibility arises that it could be one of the elusive high-value pieces tied to this fascinating year. It is that constant sense of anticipation, knowing that unimaginable worth could appear in an unlikely place, that keeps enthusiasts returning to their collections again and again. Collectors often describe the 1970 dime as a coin that bridges generations, connecting those who lived through the bicentennial era with today's modern treasure hunters. Families pass down jars, rolls, or boxes filled with old coins, unaware that hidden within them could be a dime capable of transforming financial futures. That blend of nostalgia and hope is what gives the 1970 dime its emotional power. When someone finally decides to explore those old coins, they are not just looking for value. They are rediscovering family memories, national history, and the timeless thrill of discovery. In many ways, the rare 1970 Roosevelt dime represents the mystery and unpredictability that define the entire world of numismatics. Unlike larger coins or commemorative editions that announce their value with grandeur, the dime remains humble, almost secretive. It waits quietly, often overlooked, until the right collector with the right eye brings its true importance to light. Its value lies not only in rarity, but in the excitement it brings to everyday people, turning regular individuals into explorers of hidden treasures. That the ongoing fascination with rare USA dimes from 1970 reflects something deeper about human nature. The unshakable belief that greatness can exist anywhere, even in the smallest of things. These coins inspire people to search, to hope, and to believe that fortune favors the curious. Whether preserved in pristine condition, discovered in worn and forgotten states, or tucked away among ordinary pocket change, the 1970 Roosevelt dime stands as a symbol of potential, possibility, and the enduring promise that something extraordinary could be waiting just beyond what the eye can see. In the end, the fascination surrounding the 1970 bicentennial-era Roosevelt dime is more than just a story about metal. It is a story about hope, curiosity, and the thrill of the unexpected. These coins embody the belief that fortune can appear where least expected, that ordinary objects can carry extraordinary value, and that treasures still lie waiting in the pockets, boxes, and memories of everyday people. For collectors, this simple dime is a reminder that history, mystery, and unimaginable worth can all be found in the palm of your hand. Next up to in the 1990, D. Roosevelt dime has become one of the most talked about modern U.S. coins because collectors see it as a symbol of hidden value, proof that even the smallest pocket change can hold extraordinary secrets. At first glance, it appears to be an ordinary 10-cent piece, yet when studied closely, this coin reveals a depth of design, history, and mystery that continues to fascinate numismatists around the world. The portrait of Franklin D. Roosevelt, carved with determination and character, seems to speak through time, reminding us of an era of strength, resilience, and political transformation. When collectors come across a sharply struck 1990 D dime, the precision of the engraving often convinces them that this humble coin could be far more important than anyone realizes. What makes this specific date and mint mark so intriguing is the level of detail in Roosevelt's profile, a design that carries the weight of American history. His face appears calm yet powerful, marked by the same perseverance that carried the nation through the Great Depression and World War II. Surrounding him is the word liberty, boldly stretched across the upper edge, while the motto, "In God We Trust," sits firmly at his left, emphasizing the values that shaped American identity. Beneath this, the date 1990, D stands out with a confident presence, the D mint mark representing the Denver Mint, one of the most consistent producers of circulation coinage in the world. Together, these elements give the dime a uniquely authoritative appearance. Flipping the coin reveals the iconic torch, America's symbol of enlightenment, flanked by an olive branch and an oak branch. These three symbols form an artistic trio that represents peace, liberty, and victory. The motto "E pluribus unum" sits just above them, reminding us of unity and collective strength. Even after decades of circulation, the balance and symmetry of this design remain impressive, and sharp, well-preserved examples of the 1990 D dime can captivate even those who normally overlook modern coinage. For many collectors, the reverse of this dime embodies the spirit of the American bicentennial era, a time of pride, reflection, and celebration of national heritage. But what truly fuels the excitement around the 1990 D-dime is the possibility of hidden rarities. Certain examples with exceptionally strong strikes, dramatic die errors, or pristine mint-state surfaces can command astonishing prices from collectors who specialize in rare modern coins. These unusual varieties, found unexpectedly in rolls, estate collections, or old coin jars, are what give the 1990 D-dime its reputation as a sleeper treasure. Stories circulate in coin-collecting communities about people discovering unusual 1990 D-dimes that later sold for thousands, even tens of thousands, because of extreme rarity or nearly perfect preservation. The idea that the tiniest American coin could bring life-changing value has sparked curiosity around the world. Many new collectors begin their journey by searching through piles of pocket change, hoping to uncover a rare 1990 D variety. As the years pass, pristine examples are becoming harder to find, especially those with flawless surfaces untouched by circulation. This growing scarcity adds even more pressure to the market, pushing serious collectors to compete fiercely for high-grade specimens whenever they appear for sale. The excitement is similar to searching for lost treasure. One moment you think you're looking at an ordinary dime, and the next moment you realize you're staring at a rarity worth a fortune. The historical significance of the Roosevelt dime series also elevates coins like the 1990 D, especially for collectors who appreciate the legacy behind the design. Roosevelt, known for his leadership and unshakable courage, represents a defining chapter of American resilience. His portrait on this small coin is a reminder that great power can come from the smallest places. This emotional connection motivates many collectors to preserve exceptional specimens of the 1990 D-dime as part of their own tribute to American history and the bicentennial era that reshaped public interest in patriotic coinage. Even though millions were minted, only a tiny fraction survive today in the kind of condition collectors truly desire: sharp details, strong luster, and untouched surfaces. Those rare survivors can appear at auctions and private sales with surprising price tags, proving that modern coins are not always as common as people assume. Collectors often describe the sensation of finding a high-grade 1990 D-dime as electrifying, because it is a piece of history that stands out boldly among billions of ordinary examples. What makes the story even more engaging is the booming global interest in rare United States coins. Many foreign collectors chase after American coinage because of its historical prestige and investment potential. As a result, rare dimes, including remarkable 1990 D varieties, are now seen as global assets rather than simple U.S. collectibles. This international demand pushes values higher and transforms once-overlooked coins into highly desirable treasures capable of commanding impressive market attention. For those who own a 1990 D-dime, the message is clear: never underestimate what you're holding. Even a coin that appears simple or ordinary might possess the right combination of condition, rarity, and historical appeal to become a life-changing discovery. Some collectors believe that hidden varieties of this date still remain undiscovered in old coin jars, bank rolls, or private collections waiting for someone with a sharp eye to uncover. That possibility alone makes this coin endlessly fascinating and potentially very profitable. In the world of modern American coinage, the 1990 D Roosevelt dime stands as a 1990 D dime continues to gain attention is the modern collector's fascination with coins that bridge the gap between everyday use and extraordinary rarity. This coin represents a moment in numismatic history when technology, precision, and craftsmanship reached new heights in the U.S. Mint. Because of this, even the slightest variation, whether a doubled detail, a misaligned die, or an unusually sharp strike, can transform a normal circulating dime into something truly exceptional. Collectors love this mystery. It keeps the hunt alive. They know that modern coins are sometimes overlooked, and that small errors can escape unnoticed, hiding quietly in circulation until the right collector recognizes the treasure. Over the last decade, high-grade 1990 D dimes submitted to professional grading services have proven how dramatically quality affects value. A coin that appears ordinary to the naked eye can become a prize once its condition is evaluated under magnification and professional lighting. Coins with full torch detail, booming mint luster, and mirror-like surfaces can stun even seasoned collectors. These top-tier examples often spark bidding wars, demonstrating that condition alone can elevate a 1990 D dime to elite status. This is why collectors handle every potential specimen carefully, because even a single scratch or fingerprint can alter its destiny. What adds even more excitement is the idea that new varieties of the 1990 D-dime could still be discovered. As collectors analyze more rolls, compare die markers, and study tiny imperfections, new classifications continue to emerge in the hobby. Some rare coins become legendary only after someone identifies a previously undocumented die combination or striking anomaly. That possibility surrounds the 1990 D-dime with a sense of unfinished discovery, as if the next groundbreaking find is still waiting in a drawer, jar, wallet, or forgotten collection. It's this thrill, the belief that the next major rarity could be in your hands right now, that keeps collectors searching tirelessly. The 1990 D-dime symbolizes the power of curiosity, patience, and passion within the world of coin collecting. It shows that true value doesn't always announce itself with gold or elaborate designs. Sometimes it appears in the form of a simple dime that carries hidden brilliance. The collectors who chase these coins know that each one tells a story of American history, craftsmanship, and unexpected fortune. And as these stories spread, the mystique of the 1990 D-dime only grows stronger, securing its place as one of the most captivating modern treasures that could change an ordinary person's life in a single lucky moment. Symbol of unexpected value, untapped treasure, and the thrill of discovery. Its beauty, symbolism, and connection to America's patriotic spirit give it a magnetic appeal among collectors. And as more people learn about the incredible worth certain rare coins can reach, the legend of the 1990 D-dime continues to grow, inspiring new collectors every day to search for hidden fortune in the most unlikely places. Next up in the 1984 Roosevelt dime, though not officially part of the bicentennial program, has become one of the most talked about bicentennial-era rarities because of its unexpected value in the modern collectible coin market. Its design features the familiar portrait of Franklin D. Roosevelt facing left, with the bold word Liberty arching above him, and the American promise, "In God we trust," resting beside his profile. Yet what makes this date and mint mark so fascinating is not simply the design, but the hidden rarity found in certain exceptional strikes, errors, and high-grade survivors. Coins that have captured the attention of collectors who dream of a small pocket change coin turning into a life-changing treasure. Collectors are especially captivated by the unusually sharp 1984 examples that display intense detail on Roosevelt's hair curls, cheek contours, and collar lines. On the reverse, the wings of the symbolic torch seem to flare outward with nearly sculptural depth, giving the entire coin an appearance far more dramatic than standard circulation strikes. Surrounding these symbols of peace, liberty, and victory sits the iconic inscription "United States of America," curved proudly above the motto "E pluribus unum," and grounded by the denomination that has become legendary among coin hunters: 1 dime. When a 1984 dime appears in its highest grades, untouched, brilliant, and nearly flawless, it transforms from a basic 10-cent piece into an object of extraordinary desirability. What truly sets the rare 1984 dime apart is the combination of mint-produced anomalies that emerged during this period. Some coins display astonishing die clashes, rim cuds, doubled lettering, or sharply off-center strikes that instantly multiply their desirability. Such errors aren't merely mistakes. They are accidental masterpieces created in the heart of the minting process. Collectors know that a dramatic mint error on a common date dime can skyrocket its value, and the 1984 is no exception. When an error, rarity, and pristine condition align, the price leaps from pocket change to hundreds, thousands, or even life-changing amounts depending on demand and the coin's uniqueness. Another reason this dime gained extraordinary buzz is the rising fascination with forgotten-era coins from the decades following America's official bicentennial. Many modern collectors look for coins whose dates sit in the shadow of historically important milestones, believing that transitional decades often hide sleepers. Coins quietly minted, overlooked by the public, yet destined to achieve enormous value due to scarcity in top grades. The 1984 Roosevelt dime fits perfectly into this category. With many examples heavily circulated, scratched, and worn, a pristine specimen becomes a rare jewel that few people have ever laid eyes on. As the coin market grows, dramatic stories emerge of ordinary people discovering rare dimes in dusty jars, old drawers, or inherited collections. A seemingly insignificant 1984 Roosevelt dime, when found in its highest condition or featuring an eye-catching mint error, can suddenly transform into a headline-worthy treasure. These are the moments that excite collectors. The idea that something so small, so ordinary, so easily overlooked could secretly hold immense financial potential. The thrill is not just in the value, but in the discovery itself. Collectors also admire the symbolism engraved into every 1984 P dime. The olive branch represents peace, the torch represents liberty, and the oak branch represents victory. Three pillars of American identity carved into a coin small enough to slip into the palm of your hand. This trio of symbols creates an emotional connection to the piece, elevating it beyond a simple monetary object into a miniature monument of American resilience. When paired with its rising collectible value, the coin becomes both a cultural artifact and a financial asset. In the world of rare coin investing, the 1984 P dime is increasingly recognized as a sleeper hit, a coin that once circulated unnoticed, but now commands respect among seasoned numismatists. The most desirable examples are those struck with exceptional clarity or preserved in pristine condition, untouched by circulation. These coins are especially attractive because they bridge the world of everyday currency and the realm of extraordinary collectibles, offering both accessibility and rarity in a single compact package. The allure of rare U.S. coins has always been tied to the possibility of unimaginable worth, and the 1984 P. Roosevelt dime fits perfectly into this narrative. A perfectly preserved or uniquely flawed specimen can ignite bidding wars, capturing the attention of investors who dream of turning a forgotten coin into a fortune. It is this possibility, this chance that a tiny dime could hold unexpected riches, that keeps collectors searching tirelessly. For modern collectors, owning a high-grade or rare-era 1984 P dime represents more than a financial investment. It symbolizes participation in a thrilling hunt across history, craftsmanship, and chance. Each coin carries the story of Roosevelt's legacy, the evolution of American currency, and the unpredictable magic of minting imperfections. Whether held as part of a carefully curated collection or stored away as a long-term investment, this dime stands as proof that even small coins can command huge attention. The message is clear. If you ever come across a 1984 P. Roosevelt dime that appears different, unusually crisp, or strangely struck, don't dismiss it. Don't spend it. Don't let it slip away. You may be holding a piece of American minting history, one with the power to change your fortune, elevate your collection, and remind you that incredible value can hide in the most unexpected places. The rarest 1984 P. Roosevelt dimes, even more captivating, is the mysterious way they surface. Many of the highest value pieces were never expected to survive, let alone remain in such extraordinary condition. Some seem to appear as if frozen in time, coins tucked away in mint sets, hidden in forgotten envelopes, or resting in drawers for decades without ever touching another coin. When discovered, they often display shimmering luster, sharply defined lettering, and untouched silver-gray surfaces that collectors describe as museum quality. These discoveries fuel the belief that treasures from the 1980s still sleep unnoticed across the country, waiting for the right pair of eyes to recognize their significance. Even more thrilling is the rising obsession with era-specific 1984 P dimes. Some collectors talk about spectacular doubled dies where the word liberty appears shadowed and ghost-like, or the date 1984 shows a thick, doubled outline around the numerals. Others chase dramatic off-center strikes where Roosevelt's portrait slides toward the rim, creating bold crescent-shaped blank areas that instantly multiply a coin's desirability. These errors turn ordinary minting mishaps into high-value collectible trophies, one-of-a-kind creations that exist nowhere else on Earth. When a unique error meets pristine preservation, even a simple dime can carry a value that feels unreal. Market excitement around coins like the 1984 P dime is also driven by collectors who believe the modern coin market is on the edge of a new boom. As more people learn that modern-era coins can command massive premiums, demand grows, and with it, value. Stories spread quickly when someone sells a rare Roosevelt dime for thousands, captivating new collectors who rush to check their change jars in hopes of discovering a hidden jackpot. The idea that a tiny, overlooked coin from the mid-1980s could hold unimaginable worth transforms curiosity into obsession. For many, the 1984 P dime becomes a symbol of possibility, a reminder that wealth can hide in plain sight. The enduring charm of the 1984 P. Roosevelt dime rests in its combination of symbolism, beauty, mystery, and potential wealth. It is a coin that carries the spirit of Roosevelt's legacy, the artistry of American minting, and the thrill of unexpected fortune. Whether discovered in brilliant mint condition, displaying a breathtaking era, or preserved by pure luck, this dime holds the power to rewrite its owner's story. It invites collectors to look closer, search deeper, and never underestimate the astonishing value that a single, seemingly ordinary coin can hold. Next up to in the 1977 Roosevelt dime remains one of the most fascinating U.S. modern coins because it sits at the crossroads of everyday circulation and unexpected collectible value. Although millions of these dimes were minted, collectors around the world still chase exceptional examples. Those struck with rare mint errors, stunning proof-like surfaces, or unusual minting anomalies that elevate an ordinary coin into a remarkable treasure. The coin's obverse features the iconic portrait of Franklin D. Roosevelt facing left, a design created to honor his leadership and legacy. This familiar image, paired with the powerful motto, "In God We Trust," appears simple at first glance, yet it carries a historical weight that gives even a common dime a sense of dignity. When you look closer at the obverse design, you notice the fine engraving lines defining Roosevelt's hair and facial contours, elements that can make or break the value of a coin depending on how well they survived circulation. The word liberty arches along the left edge, a reminder of America's founding principles, while the date, 1977, rests just below the profile. Collectors especially love coins where this date is sharply struck and the fields, those smooth, reflective areas around the devices, remain clean, bright, and free of scratches. Such details can transform a simple 10-cent piece into a desirable rarity that stands out in a sea of ordinary coins. Turning the coin over to the reverse reveals the elegant trio of symbols: an olive branch representing peace, a torch standing for liberty, and an oak branch symbolizing strength and victory. These three emblems, positioned beneath the motto, E pluribus unum, form a powerful message about unity and perseverance. The torch, especially, is a central element of the Roosevelt dime design, and collectors scrutinize it carefully when evaluating sharpness and condition. A perfectly struck torch flame with crisp details often signals a premium example that commands higher prices at auctions. Encircling these symbols on the reverse are the words United States of America and one dime, which frame the design with authority and balance. Even though the 1977 dime is not literally part of the 1976 bicentennial series, many collectors loosely refer to certain 1970s dimes as bicentennial-era rarities, especially when unusual errors appear. These errors create a sense of mystery and excitement, leading some people to wonder whether the dime in their pocket change might secretly be worth far more than 10 cents. In rare cases, dramatic mint mistakes, like off-center strikes, doubled dies, or missing elements, do indeed make certain 1977 dimes valuable to the right buyer. Throughout history, stories have circulated about rare million-dollar dimes, and while many of these tales are exaggerated, they serve to spark curiosity. The truth is that rare mint errors can elevate a coin's value into the thousands, especially when found in pristine condition, certified by professional grading services, and sought after by dedicated collectors. These unusual coins aren't just pieces of metal. They are artifacts of unexpected moments in the minting process, captured forever in a tiny disc of copper nickel. For those who understand their significance, such coins are exciting reminders that treasure can appear in the most ordinary places. The fascination with rare dimes also stems from the idea that extraordinary value may be hiding in plain sight. People love the possibility that they might stumble upon a high-value error coin in an old jar, a childhood collection, or even loose change received at a store. This sense of discovery makes the hobby feel alive, thrilling, and full of potential. Many collectors remember the moment they found their first unusual coin, an experience that often marks the beginning of a lifelong interest in numismatics. A 1977 dime with a dramatic error could be one such unforgettable find. What keeps the 1977 Roosevelt dime relevant is not just its design or age, but the stories that surround it. Stories of unexpected fortune, historic symbolism, and the beauty of small details. The 1977 dime exists at a time when the United States Mint was perfecting modern production methods. Yet even then, imperfections slipped through. Those imperfections are precisely what collectors hunt for, because they reveal the human and mechanical quirks hidden behind the minting process. Every unusual example tells a story about what went right, what went wrong, and how something ordinary became extraordinary. The 1977 dime serves as an excellent starting point for learning how to evaluate condition, rarity, strike quality, and mint errors. It teaches the importance of paying attention to subtle visual clues, shadowy doubling along the lettering, slight shifts in the die alignment, or unusual textures caused by planchet flaws. Studying these details helps collectors appreciate the artistry and technique embedded in a coin's design, and it also builds the skills needed to spot truly valuable pieces. In the world of numismatics, knowledge is the key that unlocks opportunity. The 1977 Roosevelt dime carry a deeper emotional resonance for collectors, because each one represents a fragment of American history preserved in metal. Every scratch, every shine, and every mint-born anomaly is a reminder of the time it was created, a period marked by economic shifts, evolving minting technology, and a growing fascination with modern U.S. coinage. When a coin from this era emerges in flawless condition or with a rare error, it becomes more than a collectible item. It transforms into a personal treasure that reflects the passage of decades. Coin enthusiasts often say that holding an old dime feels like holding a moment frozen in time, and that sensation is part of what makes numismatics so addictive. What keeps collectors returning to the search is the thrill of uncertainty. The idea that a life-changing discovery might be waiting in a forgotten drawer, an inherited coin album, or a random handful of change. Stories of rare dimes selling for astonishing amounts ignite imaginations, even if many reported values online are exaggerated or misunderstood. The real excitement lies in the possibility itself. The unknown drives curiosity, and curiosity drives exploration. For countless collectors, the hunt becomes a passion that leads them through flea markets, coin shops, auctions, and family heirlooms in pursuit of that one extraordinary piece that stands out from the rest. Another powerful reason the 1977 dime continues to captivate people is its connection to American symbolism and identity. Roosevelt's portrait isn't just an artistic design. It reflects courage, leadership, and resilience. The symbols on the reverse speak to ideals the nation holds dear: peace, unity, and victory. When a coin bears these symbols and also carries a rare mint anomaly, it becomes even more revered. It's as if the coin itself contains layers of meaning: historical, political, artistic, and accidental, all combined in a single object small enough to fit on a fingertip. This richness of symbolism enhances the coin's allure, making even a common year like 1977 feel special under the right circumstances. The value of a 1977 Roosevelt dime, whether financial, emotional, or historical, depends on the perspective of the person holding it. For some, it might be worth only 10 cents. But for collectors, it can represent opportunity, mystery, and the thrill of discovery. Even if a coin doesn't turn out to be worth thousands, the experience of searching, examining, and learning gives it a unique kind of worth. That is the true magic of rare coins. They invite us to look closer, think deeper, and appreciate the extraordinary beauty hidden within ordinary things. And in that sense, any 1977 dime could be the beginning of a much bigger story, one that only reveals itself to those who take the time to explore. The 1977 Roosevelt dime symbolizes the possibility that even the smallest, most ordinary object can hold unexpected worth. Whether a coin becomes valuable because of a rare error, a remarkable condition, or a captivating story, the thrill lies in the pursuit. Collectors cherish these coins not just for their financial value, but for the excitement, curiosity, and history they represent. So if you own any older dimes, especially those from the 1970s, don't overlook them, because sometimes the tiniest coin holds the biggest surprise. Next up in the 1976 Roosevelt dime holds a unique place in American numismatic fascination, not because it was minted as an official bicentennial design, because the dime never received a special bicentennial edition, but because many collectors have come to associate certain rare 1976 U.S. coins with that monumental year. This has created a powerful wave of interest around the standard 1976 dime, especially when it appears with unusual minting anomalies. The familiar portrait of Franklin D. Roosevelt faces left, calm and resolute, accompanied by the motto, "In God We Trust," and framed by the bold inscription, "Liberty." Yet beneath this simple appearance lies an entire world of potential rarity, mystery, and staggering value. While most 1976 dimes were struck in ordinary circulation quality and bear no extraordinary traits, a tiny number of them, through mint accidents, die malfunctions, and unexpected composition anomalies, have become numismatic legends. These rare survivors carry the same date many Americans connect with the bicentennial celebration, which has magnified their appeal. Just seeing 1976 stamped beneath Roosevelt's portrait evokes the spirit of a nation celebrating its 200th year of independence. For collectors, that emotional connection alone adds a layer of mystique that goes far beyond the metal the coin is made of. Flip the dime over, and the reverse bursts with patriotic symbolism. The eagle is not present on Roosevelt dimes, but the design is still timelessly American. A torch representing liberty, flanked by an olive branch symbolizing peace, and an oak branch representing victory. This trio forms a powerful visual statement surrounded by United States of America, e pluribus unum, and one dime. The harmony of these elements has made the Roosevelt dime one of the most recognizable and respected U.S. coins ever produced. What turns the ordinary 1976 Roosevelt dime into something extraordinary is not the standard design. It's the possibility of rare mint errors that slipped through the U.S. mint unnoticed. Dimes struck in the wrong metal, dimes with doubled inscriptions, dimes missing crucial details, or dimes accidentally created with off-center or misaligned dies can transform a pocket change coin into a life-changing treasure. These anomalies are not common. They are whispers of accidents in a system built for precision, and that is exactly why collectors chase them with such passion. As decades have passed, stories have emerged of certain old U.S. coins selling for explosive prices, some of them reaching into the hundreds of thousands, and a few rare U.S. coins crossing into the millions. These stories fuel the belief that hidden riches may be waiting in old jars, drawers, forgotten boxes, or inherited coin stashes. The idea that a single small dime minted in 1976 could become a collector's dream is not fantasy but possibility, because rarity and demand can turn even the humblest coin into a fortune. In the modern era of coin collecting, social media exposure, auction hype, and rising interest in historical memorabilia have all magnified the spotlight on coins from significant U.S. years. The bicentennial year, 1976, is one of the most powerful dates in American numismatic history. Even coins that were not originally part of the official bicentennial set benefit from this association, and the Roosevelt dime is no exception. A rare error dime from 1976 can ignite fierce competition among bidders, with collectors eager to own a piece of American history tied to that legendary year. Many coin enthusiasts have described the thrill of hunting for such treasures as addictive and deeply rewarding. Every glint of a dime from 1976 carries the question, what if this one is different? What if this one is the rare one? It transforms the simple act of sorting through change into an adventure fueled by curiosity and hope. For new collectors, the journey begins with fascination. For experienced collectors, it becomes a lifelong pursuit of historical artifacts that may never appear again. Some people believe that rare U.S. coins have the power to change a person's financial destiny overnight, and in a few extraordinary cases, that belief has proven true. Old coins forgotten for 50 years have suddenly been revealed as multi-million-dollar rarities, shocking their owners and shaking the numismatic world. While not every 1976 dime will hold such unimaginable worth, the possibility alone keeps collectors searching, examining every detail, every shine, every engraving with near-obsessive focus. If someone owns a 1976 dime, especially one that looks unusual, different, or flawed, it should never be spent or ignored. It could be the key to a discovery that numismatists dream about. Even coins that seem ordinary to the untrained, I sometimes reveal rare traits only under magnification or expert analysis. The smallest imperfection can become the biggest blessing when rarity is involved. In the end, the story of the 1976 Roosevelt dime is a testament to the magic of coin collecting. A simple coin, barely larger than a fingertip, can hold an entire world of patriotism, craftsmanship, historical memory, and potential fortune. Whether cherished for its symbolism, valued for its anomalies, or treasured for its connection to America's bicentennial year, the 1976 dime remains a tiny monument of meaning. It reminds us that sometimes the smallest objects carry the greatest stories and the greatest surprises. As collectors continue searching for the most elusive 1976 Roosevelt dimes, the excitement grows around the possibility of discovering a minting flaw that no one else has seen before. These rare, error-struck coins do not simply represent monetary value. They embody accidents in American minting history, frozen forever in metal. A slight doubling of the date, an off-center strike that shifts the entire design, or a dime struck on a planchet meant for another denomination can elevate the coin from common to extraordinary. What makes these treasures so thrilling is that they were never meant to exist at all. They were born from the unpredictable, and collectors treasure them precisely because of that unpredictability. The charm of the 1976 dime is also tied to nostalgia. Coins from this era carry the energy of a nation celebrating 200 years of independence, a time when patriotism was proudly displayed in parades, monuments, and commemorative issues. Even though the dime was not given an official bicentennial redesign like the quarter, half dollar, and dollar, it shared the same national moment. Millions of Americans used 1976 dimes in their daily lives during that year, and holding one today can feel like holding a silent witness to that historic celebration. This emotional connection adds a depth of meaning that goes far beyond metal composition or surface shine. Many collectors believe that the real value of a rare coin lies in the story it carries, and the 1976 dime holds stories layered with history, chance, and national pride. A single rare specimen can pass through generations, crossing from collector to collector, auction to auction, each time gaining more recognition and fascination. Every owner becomes part of the coin's journey, adding another chapter to its legacy. By the time such a rare dime reaches the hands of a serious numismatist, it becomes more than a collectible. It becomes a historical artifact with a living narrative. The pursuit of rare 1976 dimes continues to inspire seasoned collectors and beginners alike. The possibility that a tiny, unnoticed coin could hold the potential for life-changing wealth makes the hunt even more electrifying. And even if the greatest rarity is never found, the adventure itself, sorting, researching, learning, and imagining, is deeply rewarding. For many, coin collecting is not just a hobby, but a passion that blends history with mystery, turning each discovery into a moment of excitement. And perhaps, somewhere out there in a forgotten drawer or an old jar of change, the next extraordinary 1976 dime is waiting to be uncovered. Next up in the 1979 Roosevelt dime is more than just a piece of currency. It's a slice of American history, a tangible connection to the ideals and legacy of a president who shaped an era. Franklin Delano Roosevelt, immortalized on the obverse of the dime, faces left, a calm yet resolute expression carved into the coin's silver-colored surface. This iconic portrait captures not only the likeness of the 32nd president, but also symbolizes the spirit of resilience and leadership during some of the most challenging times in U.S. history, the Great Depression and World War II. Collectors and historians alike see this image as a window into the past, a reminder that each coin carries the weight of history, and the 1979 D-dime is no exception. The reverse of the 1979 D-dime, a true masterpiece of symbolism, features the American eagle perched atop a bundle of arrows with a wreath of olive branches beneath. The eagle's outstretched wings represent freedom and vigilance, while the arrows signify the nation's readiness to defend its values. The surrounding olive sprays convey peace and diplomacy, creating a powerful balance of strength and serenity. Around the coin's edge, inscriptions of United States of America, one dime, and the venerable motto, E pluribus unum, remind us of unity and national identity, making this coin not just currency, but a miniature ambassador of American values. What truly sets the 1979 D-dime apart from more ordinary coins is its rarity and historical context. Minted in Denver, denoted by the D mint mark, this coin is a part of the vast collection of Roosevelt dimes, yet only a small portion remains in pristine, uncirculated condition today. Over decades, countless dimes were used in daily transactions, lost or melted down, leaving only a select few untouched by wear. It is these near-perfect specimens that collectors prize, as they offer a glimpse of the coin exactly as it left the mint, untouched by hands or time. The 1979 D-dime thus occupies a special place in numismatics, bridging the gap between everyday money and collectible treasure. The allure of the 1979 D-dime extends beyond its design and history into its potential monetary value. While a standard circulated dime from that year might only be worth its face value, a rare, flawless specimen can command extraordinary prices at auctions and in private sales. The factors driving this value include the coin's condition, minting quality, and collector demand. For those who stumble upon a dime with exceptional luster, sharp details, and no blemishes, the discovery can feel like finding buried treasure, an unexpected windfall that transforms a simple coin into a financial gem. Collectors of rare U.S. coins are often drawn to bicentennial-themed issues and significant mint years, and the 1979 D fits neatly into this realm of fascination. The late 1970s marked a period of economic challenge and cultural reflection in America, and coins from this era carry not only historical significance, but also the intangible allure of nostalgia. Owning a 1979 D-dime is like holding a small piece of the past, an object that tells a story of the nation's resilience and growth. Enthusiasts treasure these coins not merely for monetary gain, but for the connection to history they provide, a tangible touchpoint to an era now decades past. The craftsmanship of the 1979 D. Roosevelt dime deserves special attention. Every line etched into the president's portrait, every feather on the eagle's wings, and every leaf in the olive wreath was designed with precision and care. Modern numismatics often emphasizes these subtle details as they reveal the minting standards of the time. Coins with exceptionally sharp reliefs, intact edges, and no signs of corrosion are especially rare, elevating their status among collectors. A high-grade 1979 D-dime, when examined under magnification, reveals an artistry that goes beyond mere monetary utility. It becomes a miniature sculpture celebrating American ideals. For many, the idea that a small coin can hold immense value is almost magical. Stories abound of ordinary individuals discovering rare coins in change jars or old collections and suddenly realizing they possess a fortune. The 1979 D-dime, especially in mint state condition, falls into this category of life-changing collectibles. Its rarity and historical resonance make it a sought-after prize, capable of attracting attention from both seasoned collectors and new enthusiasts eager to invest in tangible pieces of America's legacy. This coin is not just a relic, it is a potential key to wealth, a testament to the old saying that treasures can sometimes be found in the most unexpected places. Beyond its financial and historical significance, the 1979 D-dime serves as an educational tool and conversation starter. Numismatists often use coins like this to teach younger generations about presidential history, the symbolism embedded in currency, and the evolution of U.S. minting techniques. The eagle, the arrows, the olive branches, and even the lettering each tell a story, embedding lessons of patriotism, governance, and artistry into a small, accessible form. For those interested in history, collecting, or even investing, the 1979 D-dime is a perfect intersection of all three, offering insight into the past while holding promise for the future. The market for rare coins like the 1979 D-dime continues to thrive, driven by collector communities, auctions, and private sales. Enthusiasts constantly seek out these coins, comparing details, grading conditions, and hunting for specimens with exceptional eye appeal. Prices can vary dramatically based on condition and provenance, with mint state examples commanding significantly higher premiums than circulated coins. For collectors, this dynamic market adds excitement, as each coin represents a unique opportunity to acquire a piece of history and potentially see its value appreciate over time. The thrill of the hunt is as much a part of the coin's allure as the coin itself. The 1979 D. Roosevelt dime is a reminder of the timeless connection between history, artistry, and value. It encapsulates the story of a president, the skill of mint workers, and the hopes of collectors who dream of discovering treasures among ordinary objects. Owning this coin is not merely about financial gain. It is about participating in a centuries-old tradition of preserving history, celebrating craftsmanship, and understanding the subtle narratives woven into the everyday currency of a nation. For anyone fortunate enough to hold a 1979 D-dime in exceptional condition, it is not just a coin. It is a legacy, a symbol of America's enduring story, and a small yet powerful reminder that sometimes true value lies hidden in plain sight. The 1979 D. Roosevelt dime isn't just a collectible, it's a silent storyteller. Every curve of Roosevelt's face and every intricate feather on the eagle whisper tales of the nation's past. For collectors, holding such a coin is akin to holding a fragment of history, one that survived decades of circulation, economic shifts, and changing eras. This tangible link to the late 20th century makes the dime far more than its face value. It becomes a symbol of endurance, a small but powerful testament to the legacy of American design and heritage. Each coin carries the echo of hands that once spent, saved, or cherished it, connecting generations through a simple yet profound object. The potential financial value of the 1979 D-dime adds an electrifying dimension to its appeal. While a worn coin might barely exceed its original 10-cent worth, a pristine, uncirculated specimen can command hundreds or even thousands of dollars among dedicated collectors. The coin's rarity, combined with its immaculate condition and historical resonance, creates a perfect storm for significant appreciation in value over time. For those who stumble upon such a specimen, the discovery can feel almost cinematic, a chance encounter with fortune hidden in plain sight, turning an ordinary pocket change into a potentially life-changing treasure. The 1979 D-dime embodies artistry that is often overlooked in modern currency. The meticulous engraving, from Roosevelt's composed expression to the precise detail of the olive branches and arrows, demonstrates the United States Mint's dedication to craftsmanship. Numismatists study these details with reverence, recognizing that slight variations in strike, luster, or minting error can dramatically influence a coin's rarity and desirability. The artistry, when combined with historical significance, elevates the coin from a simple medium of exchange into a miniature work of art, treasured by collectors for both its beauty and its story. The 1979 D. Roosevelt dime serves as a reminder that treasure is often closer than we think. In the age of digital investments and intangible assets, the physicality of a coin, its weight, its feel, and its history offers something irreplaceable. Owning a rare, valuable dime is an opportunity to connect with history, embrace the thrill of discovery, and even imagine the possibility of wealth.